Okay. Can you check to see if this is working?
Yeah. Oh, it's live. And I see. Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's like a square. It's a screen shape.
It's not a screen shape, it's a square. Well, yeah, that's probably all the messing about I did with regard to. As in. Huh.
I think it's just the size of the Google Meet window, which itself is like a square.
Oh, that's
So
great. Oh, because I told it to only look at the meat. Oh, that's great news.
yeah.
Wait,
I
how do
don't
I
know
find
if you
this?
just
If I go to YouTube, if I go to. Can you send me a link
yeah.
to my own live stream?
I'll check the sound, which is
Great news.
yeah.
Wait, how do I find
if you
this?
just
If I go to YouTube, if I go to. Oh, well, it's definitely not. Can you send me a link?
yeah.
Subject only to live stream.
I'll check the sound, which is
Great news.
yeah.
Wait, how do I find this? If I go to
It's working,
YouTube,
alright.
if I go to.
There's a classic YouTube video of someone like watching like an Echo Vision and stuff.
I'm losing it. That could have just gone on forever. Like, how many are there just live streams on YouTube? I bet you could just go through all the live streams on YouTube and like 98% of them are just like, well, like 98% are like black screens, and then like 98% of the rest are like looping the horrifying live streams out of horror movies. Okay. Can you. Okay. We're gonna do this. I don't know what we're doing, but we're gonna do it. Wait, so I can't open it because it makes everything go haywire and leads to, the vortex of doom. When you are looking at the YouTube, does it just show the meat? Like, does it show any of my other windows?
No, I think it's as if it's like showing whatever is
In that
in the
square.
area of the screen that the. So if you put another window on top, it will show that.
That seems right.
Cool.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was a bad idea because that's what I'm sharing. Okay, there's like two ways of dooming myself, right? I can open up a new tab in the window I'm sharing through Meet, or I can like pull any window to the left-hand side of my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm tweeting this link.
Cool.
Unbelievably high quality, the best you've ever seen. All right, well, that was a tweet I just sent.
Cool.
Okay. Do you want to talk about Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a question. Currently, Twitter doesn't make verification generally available. To be eligible, an account must fulfill notability criteria, such as having a Wikipedia article associated with the account. You have to follow the rules, yada yada. Authentication methods, you have to either provide a photo ID, link to an official website that in turn links to the Twitter account, or providing an email address that is associated with a verified internet domain. Fine. Apparently, Elon said in April that he wants to authenticate everyone. So the question will resolve as yes if before July 1st, 2023, all Twitter accounts are eligible for verification using at least one of the authentication methods mentioned up of.
Okay.
And no more than $15 US, which is sort of relevant because I don't know if you've been following all the Twitter drama, but he was like mentioning $20 a month.
Right. And then now has mentioned $8.
Right, but a month, not permanent. And so I think that would actually not. I think that would resolve no if he made it $8 a month.
Okay.
Does that seem right to you?
Yeah. So wait. Some requirements for permanent verification. Yeah. Yeah. So if you have to pay monthly, then that doesn't count. Oh yeah, and there's some comments on this if you scroll down.
Oh, well, in fact, Jay Galt, who I also follow on Twitter, has exactly my question. Oh, lovely. Wow, I somehow feel very like on top of it or something. Like I was watching Alex Lawson's videos about how to forecast, and he was like, be incredibly pedantic about the resolution criteria, and I feel like I'm honoring the spirit of that.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, should have thought a bit harder. There's a hilarious thing where my Metaculous screen is actually half cut off by my computer, but I can't drag it to the left in case it shows up on the stream. So I have to like read from my own shared. Anyway, like the other day I was walking and I couldn't see something because my prescription isn't perfect, and so I pulled out my phone and like looked at it through the camera.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
We're all cyborgs. Okay. Okay, so no. Okay, I think, yeah, so I think this agrees with what I said. Cool.
Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah, so how do you want to approach it?
How are we gonna what?
How do you want to approach the question?
You're asking me? Oh no. Well, is there a relevant base rate? Is the obvious question. I guess like another relevant thing might be like when Elon steps into a new company. Like my understanding is he like stepped into PayPal. Like he was not like it was originally Peter Thiel's baby, and then he stepped in. My understanding is he did something similar to Tesla and SpaceX.
Oh, okay.
As in, maybe not SpaceX, but Tesla, at least his critics on Twitter like to say that he sort of didn't start the organization. He sort of came in and revamped it. I'm less sure that that's true for SpaceX. So I guess one thing we could figure out is like how often when he comes into a new business, which has now happened at least twice, maybe 3 times, does he just like make wild changes within the first... This is going to resolve in July, so like 7 months.
It's quite a long time.
Does that seem like a reasonable approach here?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so I have to like, yeah, what do I even do? I just search like, what did Elon do at Tesla or something?
There's a history of Tesla Wikipedia page.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, that's great. Okay, good call. So it started in 2003.
By other people, as you say, yeah.
Oh, and they got VC funding from Elon. That makes sense. Who becomes chairman of the board of directors. And then there's some fight about whether you get to call yourself a co-founder. Okay. Looks like he took an active role. He received the Global Green 3 years later for his design of the Tesla Roadster. So it feels like he did some big stuff in the first 3 years, at least. Maybe even more quickly than that. And Elon got connected in... When?
February 2004, sounds like he joined.
Okay, great. Okay. Oh, yes, it says it right there.
It's kind of hard to tell how much to... Because it's like, I guess this happened like 20 years ago, and it's a different industry and everything. Like,
oh God, 20 years ago. It's crazy. Yep, that makes sense. he did some pretty intense telling them what to do in the first 3 years. That's what I take from this. I don't know, do you have a different story you want to tell?
Yeah, sounds reasonable. Yeah, I feel like there's not that much info, but it kind of sounds like.
Which I guess we could if we were going deep, right? We would click on the links here.
Yeah. I guess another kind of base rate is like just how when companies announce stuff, like how often does it happen? It's kind of hard to calculate, but
yeah. And especially when Elon mentions things, how often does it happen?
Right.
I bet there's some list of Elon promises or something.
Oh yeah.
Elon Musk promises tracker.
Nice.
This is amazing. Oh, what a wonderful world. Okay, does it say if they happen? Okay, so one thing, just to give some random things. This is not a base rate, but I feel like he did say he was going to give Starlink for free to Ukrainians, and then did.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure they kept internet access, and he said he was going to. Oh, I guess I should. Excuse me, this. I realized that part of the fun of this, in theory, is seeing the chats, if there are any. But I don't know where those even are. I closed them because they were bothering me.
Yeah, I don't think there's any messages so far.
Oh, great. Okay. Do you mind keeping an eye on that?
Yeah, I'll try. I'll just go and
great.
check it every few minutes, I guess.
Oh, I would so appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah.
Make this go away. Okay, fine. Yeah, wait. I'm confused. I'm confused whether any of these are scored. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It also seems like it's focusing on outlandish.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Maybe he just makes mostly outlandish games, but presumably he says lots of things that just happen. I guess, yeah. I don't know. I mean, my feeling is that it's just quite likely to happen if they're aiming to start charging for verification next week, then
Oh, is that what he said? Next week?
Yeah, in the comments, Jacob posted an article, a Bloomberg article about it.
But that, I think, if it's a subscription service, then I think that resolves to no.
But it might be, it says it's an $8 a month subscription service, so that's less than 15.
No, but it's 8 total. Or it's it's more than 15 total.
Oh, yeah, okay, right.
So I think that's what he's saying, right? To honor the original intention, not resolving positive one overall has to be more than 15.
Right. For long-term verification. Okay, yeah.
So yeah. I think it resolves no if that's the case. That said, we can imagine if it's rolled out at $8 a month, what's the likelihood that people get mad and then it becomes free? And if it becomes free anytime between now and next July, even if it then reverts, I think this resolves to yes.
Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it feels like, so the community is at 80% on this. It feels like that
seems
a bit high.
Really high to me. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we did not manage to come up with a base rate, it sounds like. That would just take more work. Yeah, so what would you do next if this was just you on your own?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you do?
Gut check?
Say again, sorry?
Gut check?
Yeah, I guess so. Which feels a bit dodgy, but
I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is how it all happens. This is the outside view, right? Way of doing rationality or something. Even if someone's reasoning is impossible for anyone else to follow if they have a good track record. They have a good track record. And there's the like inside view notion of epistemics and rationality of like, does what you're saying make any sense at all? Okay.
Yeah, so my guess is that because the title of the question, like at the very top of the page, it says verification generally available on Twitter, which, you know, people might say 80% in response to that because they have seen the article that says it's.
Oh, and you think they didn't read the resolution criteria carefully?
Maybe not, right? Yeah.
I guess I am worried though that at some point in the next 7 months it becomes available for everyone for free, even for like a week, because I think it resolves yes if so. Because the question will resolve as no. Verification is not generally offered at any point.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, and this is to be verified as in like a blue check, because you could also imagine Elon introducing like
a different thing.
The spam, yeah, like not about verification. Although implicitly, right, if he wants to get rid of the sun is coming through into the laptop screen, I'll try and look at it.
You're all right.
But yeah, if he wants to stop all spammers, then like you might not need a verified check. It would just be either you're banned from Twitter or you're allowed on Twitter, which means that you're not.
I actually think it's possible that this question is not super like carefully written. Like it just could mean, what does verification even mean? Like if there's like different color checks, like maybe there's like blue checks for journalists and like green checks for scientists and like red checks for politicians and whatever. I don't think anything like that is going to happen, but like what would it even mean? And like, yeah,
maybe we could leave a comment when we I guess it's a very new question as well, so
is it?
They might complete it.
Wait, open June 10th.
Oh no, wait. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just been much more talked about. But June 10th. Were we talking about Musk owning Twitter in June 10th? I don't even remember what the trajectory of that was. I guess kind of went back and forth for a while. I guess that makes me like concerned. Like if I don't even know what the story is, if I no longer recall exactly like what the timeline is of Musk even trying to own Twitter, makes me feel less confident about any particular assessment. But I mean, maybe you and I can just kind of think about like how often are there big changes on the platform? In some ways, this is not very useful because there's a whole new, because Musk coming in changes things a lot. I guess. Okay, I will say, if we just go off of Twitter the last couple months, they've like instituted a lot of new things pretty recently, right? Like communities, circles, and edits. I think have all come in the last 6 months. So that's a lot of change.
Right. Yeah.
I kind of want a better Elon promises tracker. That's what I want. Elon Musk's road to Twitter. Oh, wow. Yeah, 15th of April. Okay. Clearly this has been going on for a long time. The many promises. Yeah. Elon Musk plans to turn Twitter into an everything app. He did fire a bunch of people.
And I think there's lots of pressure on the engineers to like build stuff really quickly before they get fired.
So I've heard. I think I actually am maybe pretty high on this. Just because, like, if it happens for a day, I think this resolves to yes. Maybe. Actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe we should just ask a question. If this is, like, available for everyone for a week and then stops being available to everyone, does it resolve to yes or no?
Right. It's permanent verification. So if people got verified during that week, they'd have to keep their verification for longer than a week, I guess. Otherwise, it's not permanent.
Yeah. But, like, it's available for free to everyone for a week or something. And, like, whoever signs up during that period maybe gets it. But if you don't, you don't. Oh, that's an interesting question, right? What if he just rescinds it? What if he's like, just kidding? That's not...
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, my feeling is it's, like, reasonably likely that some form of verification that's not blue checks for like $8 a month, it's like reasonably likely to happen.
I buy that. I also think that with blue checks, it's reasonably likely. Like, I think he kind of hates the blue check world.
Mm.
And I think he's like pretty happy to like kind of screw them over. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, that's my read of like his relationship to like the journalistic world or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what do you think?
I think I want to leave a comment, which I've never done before, so that's fun. So that's a whole new experience. All of our viewers should feel free to do something that they've never done on Metaculous. It's not scary. It's a community just for you. Okay. Another question about ambiguity. Feel free to critique my like wording or like try to make it more clear or something. Like if you're like it would be clear if you were like this. 1, if some form of verification does that feel clear?
Yeah. Is it for under $15 a month? Or?
No, total. So I think
yeah.
he verified that that's what he meant.
Yeah. Maybe we want to double check on the. Yeah. Does the author say about has the overall be? Yeah. So that they've already said it's not. I think they should probably edit the question text to make that clearer.
That's right. Okay. Have you ever commented on Metaculous?
I think so. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Okay. And number 2, if it is available for all, but then that is rescinded. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. Oh, I earned a new achievement. That's very exciting. Love the gamification. Wait, did you also comment something?
Not just no.
Because it went from 7 comments to 9, so I didn't know why. Okay, well, fine. Okay, great. So I guess we could just not. I guess it seems like the sensible thing to do is to not forecast until I know the answer to that question. But maybe I can do like a split and commit thing where I'm like, if he answers, based on what he answers, here's what I would do.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I say, or what we can do. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
If some form of, okay, so if it's just any form of verification, whether it's the current blue check, whether it's something else, is available at any time permanently for under 15. I think I'm pretty high on that. I think somewhere between 80 and 90 feels reasonable to me. Making up numbers entirely.
Cool, yeah.
What do you think? I guess I worry I shouldn't have said that also because, and even looking at the community predictions is a mess, but like there's, having done nearcasting with my colleagues, I think I might have mentioned this to you, but there was a funny thing where when we split up into teams of 2 and 2, even when sort of A1 and A2 disagreed or B1 and B2 disagreed, they were always on the same side of 50 as each other, even when A's and B's were on opposite sides of 50 from each other. And so there's just, I do think there's like a, very powerful groupthink.
I guess I still feel a bit confused because if it's just verification, like, does that not already exist in the form of like, you can put your phone number in and...
No, so I think you're saying that should count under this. Like it doesn't specifically say the blue check or whatever. Yeah, I guess that's not what we mean by verification, but Yeah, maybe it's not sufficiently. Because, like, you have to have a Wikipedia article or whatever.
That's the previous one, yeah. But then they're saying, for the purpose of like, will this become generally available instead of meeting notability standards?
Right.
And so, like, yeah, I don't know.
Wait, sorry, I don't think I understand what you're saying.
So, like, the current status is to get this thing called verified status, you have to have a Wikipedia article or something. But if we're saying, like, will there be a way to verify, where verify means something different to having a blue check and having a Wikipedia article, then it's like, well, that does already exist. We already have something that's generally available, which is you can, like, put your phone number in, I think, right? Or, like, it feels like,
and that makes it more, like, that's not required to have an account, but it makes it more tied to you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm not sure, actually. There's something to check.
Yeah, would you find out? I do remember that there was a Reply All, I don't know if you're familiar with that podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Podcast about the internet story in which they talked about some Twitter scandal. And one of the ways they found out that somebody had a sock puppet account is that when you pretend to have forgotten your phone number, or forgotten your account, excuse me, it will, like, ask you to verify your phone number, and it will show you the last 2 digits. And so people did this to accounts that they suspected were run by the same person, and they had the same last 2 digits, which of course is not all the evidence in the world, but certainly some. Yeah, but I think,
apparently
go ahead.
You need a phone number when you sign up.
Okay, so I think, yeah, that might just be part of the requirements.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so if they added, like, one more thing where it's like, oh, take a photo of yourself or something, does that count as adding verified status?
Yeah, I guess I think not. Wait, I'm confused. Community is at 80%, but nope, that doesn't. I don't know why I'm confused myself. Okay, so what happened here? So it was only, in the last, like, 5 days that people have been like, oh, he seems to be talking a lot about this. So then it skyrocketed from, like, 50-50 to, which is already pretty high for some random, very specific outcome, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think if it's any kind of verification, what was my other question? Any kind of verification and available at all, I think I would say higher than 80%, personally. If it's, like, specifically blue check, then yeah, I think I'm high, but maybe not as high as 80, like 70 or something. If it has to be permanent and he doesn't change his mind about it, yeah, I'm way lower. I think. I'd have to think about it more. Yeah. Where are you at?
Yeah, I think that if it's, like, any form of verification, then I think it's very high, because I think, like, you could argue that it already exists, unless some just, like, minor change that is not Elon Musk caused. It's just like, oh, you've updated our security procedure slightly, might mean it exists.
I see. Do you think this person, Max R, is gonna like, indeed resolve it? Yes, if it comes down to something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I guess it depends what the response to your question is. But if not, I think it's actually, I think if it's like, will blue checks be available to lots of people for free? I think it's like 40% or something, maybe 35.
That seems possible. Sorry, I realized that I want to put this as a question feedback. That's what I realized I want to do.
Nice. Yeah.
I guess I don't know how to delete this. Do I delete this? Oh, it looks like I cannot delete my own thing. Fine. Cool. Okay. So I guess we'll just have to wait for.
Cool. Yeah.
So what happened there? We just like thought about it for a while. We just like there's like we don't have a good base rate. We could like go looking for one. But yeah, it does just seem like this would take at least an hour or two, I think, to do any particular question properly if you don't already know a lot. Like going and looking up base rates for Elon Musk or for Twitter or whatever.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's like a period of like grabbing some information, and at like any point of that process, you could just stop and be like, okay, what do I feel like it is at this point? And I guess, yeah, if you find a base rate and then you're like grabbing a bunch of specifics to update you up or down, then like you could choose to stop early on that process, or like keep getting more, I guess.
Yeah. I guess, do you mind doing like a few minutes of reflection on like, okay, so what does this mean for, trying to make this easier for people? What does that look like? I mean, it's definitely fun. It was more fun to do with you than it would have been alone. So I think that already helps.
Yeah. I think, it helped me like stick with it for longer, and like rather than being like, oh, this seems kind of unclear, I'll just like ditch this,
Yeah. Although, very possibly like maximizing your score in Metaculous or whatever is a matter of like deciding which questions are worth your time. But at least for me, I'm at a state where I like do want to be able to stick with it.
Right. And I also think like probably maximizing score in Metaculous is not like the end goal.
No.
Ultimately, right? It's like
definitely
not. Yeah.
Do you feel what are the ways in which you think what we did today did or didn't improve your epistemics? Either in actual things we did or any mental motions you were like practicing.
Yeah. Maybe it would be
including. I want the answer to be allowed to be like it didn't. We just like screwed around. Like sure.
I think it's interesting. I think we'd need the like feedback process of like making a forecast and then seeing what happens.
True.
Yeah.
We'll find out in July of next year.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. This is one thing. Yeah. I guess also like generally, I would just expect like spending an hour doing anything to be very unlike like if your epistemics is your like thinking skills or something, then that's like a lifetime of like slowly changing those, right? So like, you just expect any like small thing to not make much of a difference. But...
Oh yeah, sorry, I don't mean in what way are your like epistemics like permanently better for the low price of $15. What I meant is like, is there something in here that felt good and right and like the kind of thing you want your brain to be doing more, or did we not quite get there? What would that have looked like?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool when we were like, okay, we talked about it a lot, and I think it's very easy for me to like generate like things to nitpick about the question, right? Like be like, actually this, but then
which I'm told is great in forecasting for what it's worth.
Right. Yeah. But then you have to like try and put a number on it, and then it's like, okay, there are actual stakes for you. You can't just be the armchair like critiquer. You have to like,
right.
Put something on the line, and I think that feels really good. Like I feel my brain being like, okay, now I have to actually be serious and like,
cool.
like think about what I'm gonna say and like, yeah.
So let's keep ourselves accountable. I'm gonna open up a sheet. I'm gonna put up like these questions. Okay. Both yes. Yes, no. No, yes. Both no. So I vote. We both like think about what probabilities we put under each of these circumstances and like slightly pre-commit.
Yeah.
Okay. I will. Let me send this to you. I don't. Twitter. All right. Here you go.
Cool.
Okay, but I think neither of us should do it at all until we until we think about it. Okay. So the first one is it's like some random form of verification. It doesn't have to be blue checks. And it's rescindable. Either like the opportunity is rescindable, but also the check itself is rescindable. But it still has to be under $15 total. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Okay, so maybe we'll do this, and then we'll do any verification. Oh. Does that seem right? So these are the conditions.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Oh my god, I can feel the numbers changing as I like have to actually put a number on it. I feel very anchored by 80 also. I think I'm like, am I higher or lower than 80 instead of like asking from scratch? I wonder if we should tell Metaculous to like have an option to not see the other people's.
Yeah, I think you can. I can't remember exactly how it works.
Obviously, you can use my app, right? Or like the Chrome extension that I asked the developer to make.
Sweet.
Called Calibrate. But
I think you can do it with tachyons, maybe.
Oh, you have to have enough tachyons to do that?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Or you have to hit a certain level and then you can do it in your user settings or something. Oh. I might be wrong though.
No, very plausibly this is already accounted for user. I will do that another time. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make all of these black so that I can put in numbers.
That's good.
Oh, but I guess you can see them in the top there if you're looking. Don't look.
Yeah, I like this one. Look. I'm doing it in another sheet.
Oh, that's so smart. I thought about doing that too, but mine's the one that's like projected.
Yeah.
Doesn't really help. Doesn't change his mind. Am I being silly? I feel like I'm being silly. I don't know. We can turn this into bets after and see if we still believe them. We don't actually have to bet, but we could like see whether we would have to bet.
Sounds good. All right, I've got mine.
Oh my god, you're so much faster than me. Hold on. I've done 2 out of 4. Okay, so if it has to be a blue check, like the blue check they have now, available to all for under $15, but no, I think I'm higher on this then. Okay, but if it's, yeah, sorry, so it has to be a blue check, but he could like change his mind at any point. That seems very plausible to me. Yeah, that just seems very plausible. I feel like I'm so anchored. This is so bad. Okay, if it has to be a blue check and not rescindable, then I'm pretty low on it. So now I'm trying to do the thing where I like imagine, like if I'm thinking like 33%, I'm trying to think like, okay, if I imagine 3 worlds with where Elon Musk owned Twitter, do I think like one of them has blue checks for everyone? Or he doesn't just change his mind. 1 and 3 seem like that. Seems a little high. Oh man, I'm stuck on this one. Okay. Talking out loud. Blue checks for everyone. Yeah, if I'm imagine living in a world where like someone tweets like, guys, we can all just get blue checks. You just have to pay like $10 and like submit your face, a photograph. Am I like, that feels kind of crazy. It is kind of what he said. I guess it is basically what he's saying, except he's charging more. So really it's like about the price. So I really shouldn't think it's that crazy. Yeah, they're maybe about like at least 50% actually. Okay, here's where I'm at.
Shall I look?
Yeah. I think these... Do not think I endorse these numbers. I do not think I am in reflective equilibrium about these numbers. Can you put in yours?
There you go.
Whoa!
You different.
So interesting. I almost had a third for that last one, and then I was like, nah, that's too low because do you buy this argument I'm making where it's like just about price, basically? Because he is basically saying that this is a thing already. Although I guess he hasn't done it yet. So maybe it's like likelihood of him actually following through on a promise, and then likelihood of him making the price go down.
So it would have to go down to 0 though, right? To be permanent? Like even if it was £1 a month after.
Yeah, he'd have to take it away from the subscription service. He'd have to like have it be one.
But yeah, that's plausible, right? Because like for example, the edit button is in Twitter Blue at the moment, right? And then you could imagine them rolling out to everyone.
Oh, but Twitter Blue is a subscription service, isn't it?
Yeah. But so like, you know, you can imagine that being how things go for the edit button, and then like maybe they add verification to Twitter Blue, and then so like Twitter Blue could be like the early access thing. Maybe they rebrand it or something,
but yeah, I think people do like subscription services. So I think I think that pushes me a little further down. I think I'm like A45 here, and then yeah, okay, we mostly disagree here. Okay, it has to be a blue check, but it could be rescinded. I guess. Yeah. Is the rescindability really doing that much work for me? It almost doubles my probability. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I guess my thinking was, what's the chance that people get it and then lose it by July? doesn't seem too likely.
Doesn't
if it's
seem
like
too likely.
If it's a feature of like, you know, this account is anointed with the verification, you know, like it doesn't seem like a very temporary thing. It seems like once they've gone through the effort of doing the verifying, it's done.
The thing I'm saying is like, he could offer it to everyone and then stop offering it to everyone. If he wanted.
Yeah.
And like, would that resolve? Yes. I'm also saying that the verification itself could be taken away, but I'm saying like either one. And so I'm assuming that like both, he can do both.
Yeah.
Guess what are the odds that he even is still running this company? I guess he mostly keeps running the companies that he acquires. But he doesn't seem very excited. He tried to get out of this one, right? Maybe he's like not even gonna run this anymore. Yeah,
it's possible, yeah.
It seems high. Given that we have to condition all of this on, well, we don't have to condition all of it because I guess the next person could also do this, but it doesn't seem that likely. Yeah, maybe I should be lower on all of these things.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, he gives blue checks to everyone, but then he like changes his mind and says like no. Yeah, that just seems pretty likely to me. Okay, so here's the question. Okay, so would you pay me $1 to my $3 or $10? Sorry, pounds. £10 to my £30. Wait, is that how it works? Shit.
Yeah, how do you calculate this? I don't actually know how this works.
Oh, okay. The way it works is, oh God. Okay, you're saying 75. So 80 is between hours, right? So actually what we should think about it is like, you're like under this and I'm above this, right? I think there's like better than 4-1 odds, and you think there's worse than 4-1 odds.
Cool, okay.
Do you buy that? Because 4-1 represents 80%. Because 80% is 4 out of 5 total. So it's 4 yeses to 1 no.
And yeah, that sounds, yeah, so I'm just confused about the bet of that.
So the bet is, yeah. So the bet is that, so I'm more confident than you, right? So I should make money if it says yes, but I shouldn't make that much money because it wouldn't be that much of a surprise. So you pay me £10 if yes, I pay you 40 if no, I think is the bet.
Good. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I should be willing to pay a lot because I'm like surprised, right?
Cool.
Does that make sense? We can also do, we can do the maths out. Like in your view, it is 75% likely to happen, right? So 75% of the time you pay me £10. So that's like a negative or whatever, right? Because you're paying it to me. And 25% of the time you win, according to you, like your worldview, you win £40.
Got you. Yeah.
Which equals, I should have just not put a pound sign so that it would just do it for me. Is the obvious thing to do here. Which is like positive for you. But then what's interesting about it is it's also positive for me. Right? Because for me, all right, so, okay, we should just do this correctly. So here, can you put all of yours as like this? So that the maths work out. Okay. So for me, I think there's an 85% chance it happens, in which case I get paid 10, and a 15% chance it doesn't happen, in which case I pay you 40. And this is also positive for me. And because we picked the number right in the middle, it's like equally, like our expected values are equal.
And so you always just take the mean of the...
that's like what's fair or something. Like in theory, I should expect both of us should accept any bet anywhere between 75 and 85 because it would be positive for both of us. It just wouldn't be equally positive. If it's actually at 75, like if we do 3-1 odds, then your expected value is 0, and that maximizes my expected value because it's like furthest away from my bet. It's like it's a more different worldview. And if we do it at 85, then my expected value is 0.
Nice.
Does that
this
make
is
sense?
a great explainer. Yeah. This feels really helpful.
Great. Yeah. I'm so glad. Do you want to give it a go for what the bet would be here?
Yeah, okay. So it's 75, so it's 3-1.
Great.
Odds.
Great.
So then...
Oh, I don't know why I said you and me. That's so rude of me. That's so like Chana centric.
And I pay you £10.
Oh wait, I did this wrong.
Yeah. So then you just take the numbers. That's so cool. That's so easy. I guess this is why odds are what is used for betting.
Yeah, because instead of comparing it to like in probability, it all relates to some like fake sum total or something, which I find more intuitive. So I am like unpopular opinion. Like I like probabilities better than odds. But yeah, because the two of us are like disagreeing, like the odds like represent our two values, and then the like denominator is like the sum of them. Okay.
So for this one, I pay you £10 if yes, and you pay me £30 if no.
Yeah. So why? Yeah. Can you say why? Like for one thing, like why are you on the hook for less money?
Because I also think it'll happen. So, right, like we both agree that it'll probably happen. So in the case where it happens, I shouldn't have to pay you very much. Sorry, my
that seems reasonable. Right. So like, yeah. But then, right. So why am I on the yes side and why are you on the no side? Even though we both think it's going to happen?
I think someone's. I have a mouse connected to my laptop and someone else is still on it. So now
That's so funny. Oh
right
no!
here.
Oh, no!
I've removed it. Cool.
We can end this soon as well.
Maybe one of our many viewers is trying to hack.
So funny. Wait, okay, so why are you on the no side if we both think yes?
Because I think it's less likely.
Yeah. And I think another way to think about it is there's this like information theoretic approach to thinking about this, which is that like like there's a way in which 99% is like relative to 90% is like 10 times less, if that makes any sense. Like because the other one went from 10% to 1%. So there's like a sense in which I have to be like 10 times as sure. And you can do like some logs to figure out what's going on here, right? And so information theoretically, one of the ways I think about it is I am making a stronger claim. Like I'm claiming to like I'm just like more confident because I'm like further away from 50%. Yeah. So I should be more surprised if I'm wrong than you should be. Where like I both mean surprise as an emotion and I also mean like surprisal as a information theoretic quantity.
Got you. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about this if like when I picture probabilities, I picture like it looking like a bowl shape or something.
Oh, that seems cool.
Where like where like it's like easy to travel up this slope here, but then when you get to the end, it's like a big jump or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, we could probably just graph that, right? It's probably like, oh god, it's like, yeah. What will do the curve there? It's like, minus log of like. I did something wrong. But where I only want like x to be allowed to be between like 0 and 1 because it's a probability. But I flipped something. What did I flip? Oh yeah, because then when it gets close to, yeah, well that was silly because then when it gets close to 0.5, it's a very small number, and the log of a very small number is very big negatively. So then the negative bit is very big positively. Yeah, what did I mean?
By the way, on the live stream, the window is covering up the.
Oh, right.
The thing a little bit.
Right. Good call. Sorry. Yeah. So what is it? The thing I meant? See, if we had viewers, they would tell me how to fix this. Yeah. What do I want? Because we sort of want 0.5 to be like 0. I think.
Oh. Well, we did have a viewer. Sorry, I wasn't checking.
Hi.
Primer?
Oh my god! Hi!
YouTube channel?
Yeah!
I think, I think they might have left.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, he's great.
And then they said, okay, have a good stream. Do you know the creator?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, wow. That's so lovely of him. Yay! Okay, I want to figure out this math and then I have to go to a meeting. What is going on? Okay, I want 0.5 to 0 to exist, right? Because like 0.5 is just not interesting. And then, yeah, as it becomes different from 1. Oh, did I just mean this? I meant this. Okay, but then I want it like symmetric around 0.5 or something. I want to shift this. Oh, I don't want to shift it. I want to compress it. Now I'm just screwing around, but. I'm just messing around. This is silly business. Wait, why didn't this work? Hold on. What's going on here? The absolute value is also screwing with it. Okay, let's take away the absolute value for a second. Oh, well, that's silly. Obviously, we do need the absolute value. Or what I should just do is 1 minus x. That's what I actually need. So I like that. But it's not going to be continuous. If I like reflect it over, this is bad. Because if I reflect it over the y-axis, then it just like won't be differentiable at the bottom. Like it'll be a point, which we usually don't like. I'll have to think about it. Okay. That was just me making stuff up.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if you hadn't, I've been thinking like, yeah, if you had an interface that lets people put in forecasts and you can either put in a probability or odds, it feels like, you know, this is something that is like weird about probabilities, right? Is that going up plus 1% from 50
log odds or whatever become.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want like a slider or some kind of input element that like helps people understand that. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I do really like this about it. I mean, so here's what's cool, right? If your probability is like this and like my probability is like this, we can probably just like calculate what things should be, right? Which is like there's some p that's allowed to be, that's like constrained by our values. Oh, that's not what I want to do. There's some probability p, which we normally take. So far, we've been like, in a friendly way, being like, let's just take the mean. And then, yeah, we like say that whichever one's higher. Let's just assume that you're the one that's always higher. Oh, but higher and lower isn't the relevant thing, right? It's who's further away from 50. In which case it's me. So you should pay me. So like Chana gets paid, I think, let's say this, like 35. Adam gets paid the other side of that, right? And then our like Chana expected value is how much I get paid times my probability minus how much I would pay you times the other part of my probability. Except something clearly went wrong because my EV is negative. What did I do wrong? Because I would pay you... Oh, wait. Because we're both on the no side, so I think that flips something. If this thing happens, I should pay you. But I should pay you a lot, right? Because neither of us think it's going to happen. Like, that would be very surprising. I think. Yeah, I think I made this confusing because I made it with us on the other side. So let's say we do this, 0.6. Let's do that. Yeah, I think I'd have to flip things around the other way. Sorry, I think I went fast in a way that was confusing. This like puts us more in the situation we were in before. And then your expected value. Do you want to say what you think it is?
As in what was the formula?
Yeah, what do you think the formula is of like your expected value?
So it's how much I get times my probability minus... Yeah, wait. Minus how much you get, right?
Exactly.
Times the inverse of my probability.
Yep.
Cool.
So, but this is confusing. I thought they were going to be the same because we took the average.
So you're paid 3 times as much as me, which makes sense.
Because you should be willing to pay a lot, because you should be surprised if it doesn't happen. Right? Wait. Is that right? Hold on. I'm not... Okay. If it happens, I should definitely pay you. That seems clear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happens. That's what I screwed up. If it happens, I pay you. If it doesn't happen, you pay me. So this is the 1 minus A. Because you pay me. Oh, wait, other way around. God damn it. Chana gets paid if it doesn't happen.
Yeah, so it's 1 minus.
This one should be 1 minus C. And this, yeah, that's what happened. And this one should be C. Okay, they're the same. Great.
Cool.
Okay. Right. We have to flip. Yeah, because we get paid under opposite circumstances.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm sure that was clear as mud, but happy to do it again sometime. I feel new to like playing around with it in terms of bets and odds. Probability has been my approach so far.
Yeah, it'd be cool to.
Oh yeah.
This is one thing. Sorry.
No, please.
There's one thing we're thinking about is like an app for making. Well, I know that like prediction book exists, but I would say there's not a great app for like a really nice modern app for like recording your own personal forecasts, like whether that's like about your own life or about other stuff, but like not on Metaculous or whatever.
I think prediction book is like there and like it doesn't quite have the like nice functionalities or like.
Right.
But it is going back to it. It was better than I remembered.
Okay,
like,
cool.
okay.
Yeah, I need to play around with it some more.
Yeah, but I definitely think it could be better. And I do think, yeah, is there a website? Okay, I really should go soon. But is there a website that will just like tell you, tell me what my betting odds are or something? Yeah, there must be so much of this for sports betting.
Right.
But I just want, oh Lord. Yeah, no, what? No. I want like,
bet against my friends.
Yeah. Which can't be hard.
Yeah.
Like we could make a spreadsheet about it. If we took an hour, we would absolutely just like be able to do it.
Yeah.
Like we could definitely turn our like spreadsheet like this. We could turn it into the thing.
It could be fun, right?
Wouldn't even do that.
Because then you could say, like, oh, I think my probability is this, but then when I put it in the calculator, I realize I'm not willing to pay that.
Exactly. Okay, exactly. So friend 1, probability of X. Friend 2, probability of X. Okay, now I kind of want to just make this. Okay. I probably can't do it right now, but so probably we should end. But thank you so much. This was so fun.
Yeah, this is great.
Much appreciated for being on this adventure with me. Thanks to Primer for stopping by, and anyone else who did. And maybe we'll try it again sometime.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Adam. Thank you so much.
Have a good meeting.